Welcome to Quantum Change. I'm Natasha Williams, and I help people that are not living the life they want to be to create the life that they truly want and to bridge that gap. And what I want to discuss today is showing up. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. When I was at university, I went out one night on a Friday, and there was a young guy in my corridor his name was Mark. He was studying chemical engineering. And I went to ask him if he wanted to come along with us to go for drinks. And he said, no, he's got work to do. And I said, Mark, it's Friday night. Don't you think you should come with, have a break? He said to me, when all your friends fail, I will pass and I will move on. And they're not going to remember you. This is going to be a distant memory. And I need to study because I want to get through university so that I can finish. And I said to him, how on earth are you actually finding the willpower to sit down on a Friday night and study? And he had about a desk full of books, maybe 13 books that he was going through. And he said to me, I just do it. And that story has never left my mind, because the truth is, we procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate knowing that there are things we want to do. And what I find really interesting is, even just for me, let's say I've got something that I need to finish, and I know that when I get stuck in, it gives me a sense of pride, it gives me a sense of relief, it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something that I know is going to be highly, highly rewarding, more rewarding than playing games or chatting to friends. And that's because it's something that's really high on my value list. Now, instead of getting stuck in, because I know that once I get stuck in, I'm going to be sitting in my office for a couple of hours uninterrupted, and the time just goes. I'll end up procrastinating, so I will do 100 other things that seem so much more important, and then at the end of the day, I feel like I just haven't got to what I was meant to do. Now, what showing up basically means is there are going to be times in your life that you just don't feel like doing anything. I sometimes don't feel like teaching. Sometimes I don't feel like exercising. But if you just make a commitment to yourself to show up, no matter what, even if you're staring at a blank computer screen, even if you go to gym and you just do 2 minutes of exercise, what happens is we tend to overthink the things we don't like. So we associate the idea of the work that we need to do with pain, and we associate the things that we don't want to do that are more fun and easygoing and your games with pleasure. Now, if you had to switch those around and you had to associate massive pleasure with the things that you really do enjoy, the things that fulfill you, it's going to create you to be wanting to wake up every morning and feel like you just can't be held back, like that's the one thing that you need to do, and it's not negotiable. It's just not negotiable. And now the question that you're going to ask me is, well, how do I just show up? And I'm going to bring you back to Mark's point, which was just do it. You don't negotiate with it. You don't discuss it. If you've ever been on a diet, or you've quit smoking, or you've decided that you're going to follow through on a plan, you just do it. And there's going to be days that you don't feel like it, and there's going to be days that you are grateful that you actually did do it. But that's how it is. And what happens when you show up, and this is the miracle of it all, is when you show up, you get into the zone. And when you get into the zone where you are channeling the things that are high priority in your life, the information starts coming through to you. And whatever you focus on, whatever you are consistently focusing on, whatever you're disciplined with, wherever you show up daily, on a day-to-day basis, is where your energy is going to grow, is where your inspiration is going to come, is where your creativity comes from. And so as you show up every single day, you start becoming a master. You start becoming experienced. You're not just dabbling. You're actually being there. And it's amazing when you get into that space, how suddenly your life starts to shift. And it's basically just a decision. It's never going to be easy. It's something that you always have to work towards. But when you make that decision, I am going to show up. And this is the end of the year. and maybe you're thinking of a New Year's resolution, I would say that this would be the number one most important thing for you ever to do. Because whatever it is that you are meant to do with your life, whoever you are meant to be, whatever your gift is to the world, if you are not showing up doing it and you're delaying and procrastinating doing all sorts of other things, you are actually withholding your gift from the rest of the world. And whatever you do unto others, you're actually doing unto you. And whatever you do unto you, you're doing unto others. And so by sharing your gift, by being present and by showing up, you're actually helping yourself and you're helping the world. I hope that this video helps you. Please share and share with your friends and like and subscribe to my videos so I can send you more of this information. And I wish you a fabulous week.